G'day, it's Simon and James. Welcome to our Christmas edition of South OC Cars and Coffee. We got here this morning. We thought it might have been a quieter morning because, well, it's Christmas on Monday and it's Saturday here, and that's not the case. We had some crazy stuff turn up. What have you seen?
Yeah, we have just about every kind of supercar here that you could possibly want to see. We have more 992 GT3 RSs than I've ever seen before, and then just about every other kind of supercar, Ferraris, Lambos, literally everything here this morning. What are you seeing?
Yeah, those three Lambos that pulled in. So we have a Diabolo, a Countach,
and a Murciélago SV. Yeah,
absolutely incredible. Beautiful to see those cars together. Plus all the normal array of Hot Rods, Classics, muscle cars. So much to see. Hey mate, let's go for a walk and check it out.
Let's do it. Starting off this exotics row, we have a beautiful God's Red 991.2 GT2 RS. This car is absolutely mental. See all the factory aero, the beautiful carbon on the front and all over this car, and also these insane aero discs in the back. This car is just mental. What do you guys think of it? I think I've seen this GT3 RS spec probably more times than I can count. I think this is called Arcane Gray. It's a very, very popular for the 992 3RSs. You can see this car is beautiful. Has all of these insane aero pieces on it. Really, really tasteful black wheels, yellow brakes. Very, very cool car. Here we have one hell of a lineup, starting off with the Diabolo VT. This car is beautiful, and all three of these cars, as a matter of fact, were here on this exact day last year. They come out every Christmas, so the Diabolo is beautiful. The Countach as well, maybe an 89, something like that. Black, of course, both of these are gated manuals as well, and then next to it, the coveted Murciélago SV. Absolutely love this car, and this is such a cool lineup to have at South OC Cars and Coffee. We have a Dodge Viper, but not any Dodge Viper. This one has more aero than I can possibly count. You can see a very functional lip, a very functional wing, and an even more functional cardboard roof scoop. What an insane car. This thing is hilarious. Here we have two really cool Porsches. So first off, this is Manu from New Rally. He has this beautiful 992 3RS. I think we have more 3RSs this morning than any other event that we've had before. This thing is crazy. He just got it PPF'd. You can see he has a custom New Rally livery on the side. This is so, so cool. Those crazy. I think they're magnesium wheels. And then next to it, a 992 Turbo S Aero Pack. Has a full 9 design kit. Some other, I think it's DMC parts on this car. Apparently it makes close to 11 or 1200 horsepower. So this thing must be an absolute rocket. This is an underrated combo, blue over tan. What a beautiful 812 GTS. You can see the gorgeous tan leather on the inside, tons of carbon accessories, the beautiful dark blue on the outside. This is just a very, very nicely spec'd car, super tasteful. Next to the 812, we have this absolute tank of a G-Wagon. This is a brand new G63 4x4. You can see the size of this thing next to a Huracan or one of these GT3s, for instance. You can see it's literally twice as tall. These cars are huge. I mean, I'm about 6 feet tall, and this is where my head comes up to on the car. You can see it's huge. Absolutely massive. I don't really know what you do with this from a practicality standpoint, but it definitely is cool to see on the road. Yeah. This GT3 Touring is absolutely stunning. You can see a forest green metallic or something similar on the outside with a houndstooth interior and of course that 6-speed manual. I just love these wingless GT3s. They are so, so cool, and this spec is wild. And then next to that Touring is of course the 720 LM. We've had this Le Mans 720 at the event a fair few times, but I never get sick of seeing this thing. You can see it has the beautiful gray paint, tons of exterior carbon, of course that functional factory roof scoop. I think these were only limited to about 50 units ish. I know the 650 was extremely limited, but I wonder how many of these are in the US. I know this is the only one I've seen in person, so they have to be super rare. This is what I like to call almost an SVJ. You can see it has the SVJ front bumper and then an SV rear end. Not really quite sure what's going on here. I'm pretty sure it's an LP 700, but it has this crazy body kit. It has an SV rear bumper and exhaust as well. What do you guys think of putting kind of like higher level trims on cars? Are we with it or are we not? Let me know in the comments below. Here we have the 918 out here this morning. This is the hypercar for the morning, apparently. It is crazy. I'm not going to complain at all. It is so cool seeing one of these out in person. The aero on this car is just absolutely nuts. And I think this is the first gray one that we've had at the event. We've had a ton of black ones. I don't think we've ever had one in this spec before. Let me know what you guys think of the color below.
Now it'd be easy to walk past this Mustang and go, ah, it's just a normal Mustang. Not so. Have a look down here. This has had a serious and very well done EV transplant. Now I know the purists are going to go, why do they do it? Why do they swap it out? But this is what this company does. They actually take classic cars, whatever you want, turn them into electric masterpieces. And as you can see, their work is not half done. I mean, this is apparently this car's running on a Roadster Shop chassis, which is the best of the best chassis. But even when you look at the interior in this thing, it is just super clean, super neat. Touchscreen down there, it looks like an iPad in there. Come around to the back of it, super neat. Look at all the batteries and the controller in the trunk here. This is a serious build done really, really well. So there is a future for people that want to have muscle cars, but they know they've got to move to electric. This is going to be where we're going to see a lot more work done. So great to see, really, really pretty car changed into electric. From a classic car that's been modified to electric to a current electric car that's been, well, just downright modified. This car belongs to Andrew, and he sent me pics during the week. There's a bit of work done to this thing. Clearly, as you can see, huge wide body kit, massive wheels in it, air ride, you can see the two pumps in the tank there. So a ton of work that's been done to this particular car. You know, and so the cool thing is there is a future for hot rodding once everything goes to electric. So whether you like it or not, I just think it's great to see that people are actually modifying cars that are like this or like the Mustang we just saw. There's a reason there's a big crowd around this car. This is one of the cleanest, neatest builds we have ever had to South OC Cars and Coffee in 6.5 years of being here. This belongs to Chris, Ruffian Cars. These guys do incredible builds. You may remember a few years ago we had Chris's green and red detailed Mustang here running a 427 LS in it. Purists all cringe, but this thing for me is one of the nicest builds I've ever seen. I was talking to Chris before, this is going to be Car of the Week, so I don't want to talk to you about it too much. I want you to watch the Car of the Week video. But I've been watching this build as he got it ready for SEMA on Instagram, and some of the details in this car, lots of little details, like for example, the exhaust that comes out of the lip at the back. But even things like the trunk lid used to come down here, used to come around the corner here. That's all been changed. Everything's been changed. Look at all the aluminum fabrication in here. This is a full-blown race car. Look at the fuel filler there. The acrylic windows. The actual windows wind up like old school race car, pull up the strap and then clip them in. The interior, every single thing about this car is so neat. Don't know if you can see over there, there's even a lip down in the rear parcel shelf to actually put your helmet in there to keep it safe. This to me is just so neat, so clean on every angle. Absolutely worthy winner of Car of the Week. I've been wanting to see this car for so long, and when it pulled in this morning, I was really excited. I cannot wait to go through this in detail with Chris a little later on the Car of the Week video. Well, this is not your original Mini Cooper S. Check this thing out, running a little Honda VTEC engine in here. Tilt front end. You know, there's a fair bit of engineering that would have gone into this. Originally, if you looked at a Mini, the radiator was actually over here originally, so which caused a problem on the original motors because they put the distributor here and water used to go through the grill and get them all wet. But somebody's engineered this, put the radiator over here, engineered this in really, really well. I bet this is a fast little car. Look at the interior, the carbon fibre on the seats and on the dash. This is a really great little build, little wide body on it. It's a cool little car. And I bet it's a handful and fun to drive as well. Even got autometer gauges in the middle. Have a look at that. Look at the shifter that's down here. It's just so many details. The more I look at it, the more I see. Great little pedals down there, little tilt and pedal box. This is very, very cool. When Japanese meets English, this is the result. One of our regulars, love this car, love seeing this couple here. This is a beautiful, beautiful Roadrunner Superbird, previous car of the week winner. Have a look how great this car is. The story is they got it home and it was too long for the garage, so they had to actually push into the adjoining room. It is such a pretty car. Love the original tyres on it. Hey, good to see you. Merry Christmas. This is just one of my favorite cars. I mean, look at that. Look, and think of how iconic it was back in the day when they actually banned this from racing because it was too aerodynamic with the nose cone and with the rear spoiler. And there's a lot of little things people don't know about it. Even the rear spoiler, back in the day, you know, people didn't realize you could actually adjust this and tilt this. And then on the inside, if it was going to race, there was actually a stainless steel cable that secured the rear aero down into the trunk. So it wouldn't go flying off. If there was an accident, that didn't go flying off, or if it came loose. So iconic car. Look at that pistol grip in there. Love this. Make sure to go back and check it out on our previous car of the week. Oh, look at that. There's the little Roadrunner knee-deep. Next thing you know, the Coyote's going to turn up with some Acme thing to try and catch it.
Things that I left unsaid.
So a couple of Mopar cars we don't see very often. Have a look at this massive big Chrysler. Beautiful paintwork on this thing. And then over here, this Dart 64, I think you said, yeah? 64 Dart, 225 slant motor in it. So not a car you see very often. You saw later Darts, but really great to see something that's a little bit unusual. So two sort of eras a little bit apart, but isn't that great to see a couple of Mopars sitting side by side that you don't see every day?
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Great looking Series 2 Land Rover here. Classic old style, you can tell. See the headlights are on the inner side of the fenders there. Interesting, they've got new looking LED headlights, but everything else looks pretty original. Love the leather straps they've done there. Look at this, a Wilderness Lodge from Costa Rica they put on there as well. Very original. I bet this thing is a bit of a handful to drive. It would be like driving a tractor, but man, it looks so good.
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
that is it for a very busy Christmas South OC Cars and Coffee this morning. Please remember, if you're coming to our event, respect our rules, no revving, no speeding, and no burnouts on the property, driving through the streets of San Clemente and then getting on and off those freeways. I want to say a massive thank you to all the sponsors that were with us throughout this very busy 2023. We have the Bracketeer, Way Marketing, McGuire's, Polestar, PDM Brands, Next Level Auto Protection, Happy Jewelers, Reviver, Carbontastic, and Mountain View Adventure Vehicles as well. And then thank you as well to all the volunteers that come out each and every week. We could not put this show on without you guys. If you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch. So we handle all the volunteer rostering, and then while you're here volunteering, you get to bring your car in before 8:30, and then Ruby Zana provides a free coffee and donut for everyone helping us out.
Yeah, big thank you to Ruby's for doing that. We really appreciate that. And of course, feeding the masses while they're here as well. Big thank you to the outlets of San Clemente for their support. Remember, if you need to do any shopping, go to the movies, go to a restaurant, even grab a coffee, come to the outlets, tell them South OC Cars and Coffee sent you. And also a big thank you to the city of San Clemente for their support as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We will see you back here next week for our very last South OC Cars and Coffee for 2023.
Thank you, guys.